Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. A beautiful look at the Lincoln Memorial here. And we are going to get a beautiful look at some Season 18 SFL football at long last. The offseason is over, and we are ready to go as we get ready to see the Houston Hyenas take on the D.C. Dragons. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. My name is Josh Circle. I'm bringing you play-by-play. And joining me this afternoon is my best friend in the whole world, Justin Reside. And Justin, each of these teams had disappointing records in Season 17. It was a very long offseason for them. I'm sure they're very eager to bounce back with some new faces and some new blood. Who do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, I like, Houston in this matchup because you got guys like DR Sim and then the now second-year quarterback David Burr handling the call signals. But, it's like DC has that running man known as Kevin Say, so hopefully both teams can maybe get some touchdowns and we'll have a shootout here in DC.
It is a fantastic running back matchup. Kevin Say, who does it all for this DC offense, going up against the rookie Brad Jones, one of two rookies in this Houston Hyenas offense, the other being Dougie Day, who joined this team under unique circumstances, and they're going to be facing a DC defense, Justin, that has 5 rookies, including 2 in the linebacking core, Declan O'Rourke and Aaron Good.
Yeah, that's both Declan from Ottawa and I believe Gooden from San Jose. So this should be good. Yep.
Absolutely.
So should be a good matchup here as DC will get the ball first.
DC wearing white tops with black pants. Houston, red jerseys and red pants. A special tradition that was authorized by the league to let the visiting team wear the colors and the home team wear white. And we are underway here in DC. Washington. I believe that is Kanye Rockefeller returning the kick. He's going to get this out to the 29-yard line. And let's go ahead and meet this Washington, D.C. offense. The wide receivers are Gus Scott, Jeff Banfield, and Josh Gill. The tight ends, Lauren Percoco. The fullback, Chris Britton. The halfback is Kevin Say. And quarterback, number 7 in his 5th season now, Shabazz Synergy. He'll start under center here, 1st and 10. Hand off to Say. And Say with some room around the left side is going to get this very close to the sticks, 2nd and 1. Also, Mike Churchill, wide receiver. Didn't forget about you, buddy. His 2nd season in the league, Justin.
Yeah, good job there by Kevin Say to get 9 yards on that. 9 yards on that play. Now you have 2nd and 1 situation here for Shabazz Synergy and the Dragons.
And you see the numbers there for Say. As many carries as he gets to get a 5.1 yard per carry average. Very impressive. And Say will do it again here on 2nd down. And what a hole there as he gets out to the logo. And this DC offense already humming here against the Houston defense.
Yeah, humming and taking, giving 2 handoffs to Say and Say finding those holes, and Houston just got to figure out to stop the Kevin Say or he's going to be busting a big one.
Say all by his lonesome in the backfield here in a spread look for DC. Synergy will throw on 1st down, and that's intercepted. Picked off already. And Houston will have the first turnover of the game. Brady Clark coming down with the pick.
Yeah, Brady Clark there getting in front of his receiver, getting that ball right here. As you look at the replay, right there, getting in front of Ben. I believe that is Banfield there. And Houston now has the ball 1st and 10 on their own side.
And now Houston, who brought in a rookie quarterback last season, brings in a rookie halfback this season. We'll introduce the Houston offense in a moment, but it's Dave Burr starting his 2nd year, 6'7", 222 pounds, under center here. 1st and 10 with nice field position to start this drive. And it's Brad Jones, the rookie, catching a nice little swing pass and getting nice yardage to start the drive. Let's meet the rest of the Houston Hyenas offense. At guard, the rookie Ethan Kai. The wide receivers are Kyle Finnemore, DR Sim, and Greg Corky. The tight ends, Randy Pierce and Stephen Walker, both 3rd-year pros. The fullback, Justin Williams. The halfback is Brad Jones. And the quarterback is 2nd-year starter, Dave Burr. He's going to drop back on 2nd and 5, looking for Jones again. And Jones cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. And once again, Dougie Day. Left the wide receiver out of my introductions. Dougie Day, the rookie, who joined this team in unique circumstances, Justin, was drafted by Louisiana, had that draft pick nullified. because of an incarnation that played with the team the previous year, and Houston picked him up.
Yeah, the old rules of the SFL, they come back to bite Dougie Day, but Dougie Day got here to Houston.
Dave Burr throwing a dart on 3rd and 6, and that is complete to the left sideline. And there is Dougie Day, the rookie, making his first catch in a Hyenas uniform. And Houston moves the chains.
Yeah, Houston moves the chains, and Dougie Day gets his first catch. Great job there, Dougie Day. Welcome to the SFL, receiver-wise, my friend.
Houston looking sharp, moving the ball. In those red-on-red uniforms. And it's Jones again, and Jones is dropped in a hurry by Benny Butcher, the defensive tackle. It's going to be no gain, 2nd and 10. Let's meet this DC defense. On the front line, the rookie Saeed Gore. It's Isaac Forrester starting his 2nd year. Benny Butcher and John Gary. The linebacking core rookies Declan O'Rourke and Aaron Gooden. Riley Hughes beginning his 3rd season in the SFL. And in the secondary, John DeSantis, Kappa Jones, Kanye Rockefeller, Peanut Say, and the rookies Ty Woodson and Daryl Bullock. And Dave Burr's going to go down in a heap on that 2nd down play. And it's John Gary, the 3rd year man, who had 4 sacks last season, gets a head start and has 1 tonight.
Yeah, John Gary gets it away from his blocker, and Burr doesn't see him from the blind side, and he goes down in a heap, as you said.
It's a very scientific term, heap. It's not a metric heap either. This is an imperial unit heap. As Burr is going to get in a spread look. 3rd and 16. Fakes the draw to Jones. He's going to unleash the dragon over the middle, and that is intercepted. DC comes up with an interception of their own. And that is Kappa Jones in his 8th season. Even turning the tide there for DC.
Yeah, the former Corsair there gets in the passing lane of Benamor, and Kappa Jones just grabs the ball and says, "Here, we'll take this for DC now."
Dueling interceptions to start this game. 1 for each team. And DC, who will now get back on the offensive side of the ball, is going to start right about where they left off throwing their original interception at their own 40-yard line. Synergy in the shotgun. Flanked by Kevin Say and Chris Britton, the fullback. 5 defensive backs on the field for Houston. Synergy's going to throw on 1st down, and that is complete. They're calling it a fumble, and Houston's going to pounce on it, Justin. I wonder if that'll hold up over review.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to challenge that, because I think Josh Gill there made a football move as he was catching the ball. I don't know. Or that was Lauren Percoco there trying to catch that ball.
That was Percoco, and it looked like, and there comes the challenge flag. Rightfully so, I would say. Percoco went up to catch the ball, and I'm not even sure she had both feet down before the ball came loose. R62 will take a look under the hood. Justin, here's a second look for us. Tell me what you see.
Yeah, let's see here. Sebastian throws it. I think she was jumping in the air, and she didn't make maybe she didn't make a football move. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she did. Let's see what R62 says.
I don't know. Is getting blasted in the chest a football move?
The receiver did have possession. It is therefore ruled a fumble.
Ruling on the field overturned. That is incomplete. And Justin, I think that's the right call.
Yeah, that is the right call there. Definitely a right call there. That was just Percoco getting a little lucky there and just calling it an incomplete pass. So
it's really impressive how Houston made that window collapse. Percoco looked like she was open, had 3 defenders, converge on the football. Synergy will throw again out to Say, and Say able to turn upfield and get out of bounds. And that's going to be 3rd and medium, that situation. About 6 or 7 to go, Justin.
Yeah, 6 or 7 yards to go. Kevin Say with a nice screen pass catch there. That's what Shabazz sometimes wants when he doesn't have a receiver open. Just throw it to Kevin Say and let Say run his rear end off to get to the end zone.
The chat sounding off on that review of the Percoco quote-unquote fumble. And they seem to agree it was the right call now here. 3rd and 6. Synergy under center. Short drop throwing toward the sideline. That is caught. Jeff Banfield just a little bit short of the sticks. Couldn't quite turn upfield fast enough. It looks like we're going to see our first punt of the game here from DC.
Yeah, Banfield trying to get away from his defender after he catched it, but he didn't go straight. He just went to the sideline by accident and it's 4th down. It's just bad luck on Banfield there.
Don Wilson. Oh, excuse me. We're going to see the offense stay on the field here. Synergy lining up. Will they run a play, or are they just trying to draw Houston offside? Play clock down to 6. Yeah, DC does use their first timeout.
Yeah, great job there by Houston to show discipline, not jump off sides there. Because if you jump offside, you're giving DC free 5 yards and making it a first down.
Today, the SFL honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his messages of love, diversity, and equality. The Simulation Football League is proud to spotlight players from all countries and creeds, all cultures and communities, in every SFL game all season long. We are stronger together when we treat each other how we want to be treated. Thanks to every individual in the community who makes our melting pot what it has become. And this time, Don Wilson will punt it away. No pressure from the Houston special teams group. Caught at the 15-yard line. And that is Greg Corky, I believe, returning that punt. He'll get out to the 17-yard line. The worst starting field position so far for either team.
Yes, yeah, good starting position, but you got to watch out. We haven't seen a pass to DR Sim yet, but we know we have, when Berg throws to DR Sim, watch out, because DR Sim always goes to the house when he catches it.
Dave Burr, I thought, was a very exciting quarterback last year, Justin. 3,700 yards passing, 25 touchdowns. 5th best in season 17. And Burr will throw it here on first down. And finds Brad Jones. And that is Randy Pierce, the tight end, number 41. Not Brad Jones, number 44. And Pierce comes up with a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, nice job there to get, to have Randy Pierce there, get a couple yards, and now he can go second down from here, maybe a Brad Jones run, or just unleash the dragon to DR Sim.
A wonderful idea to get everyone else involved in the offense as quickly as you can. And Burr will throw over the middle here, and that is complete. And there is Greg Corky, starting his 5th year in Houston, his 8th year overall as an SFL star. 27 catches last season, and has a catch to show for his season already.
Yeah, trying to get to a chance to maybe get a couple touchdowns to get the 21st spot on the all-time records behind Mr. Optimus Klein.
Burr is going to drop back again, and there's a nice swing pass to Jones. Jones with a double spin move there. And despite a well-placed ball from Burr, Jones does not get much here. It's just a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I think it's time for Burr to maybe find himself a little bit of Mr. DR Sims' Unleash the Proverbial Dragon.
Jones in the backfield by his lonesome. Swings to the bottom of your screen. Burr's going to throw again. Here comes the Dragon, Justin, and that is intercepted. His 2nd of the game. And DC seems to have Dave Burr's number here early. 2 interceptions in the first quarter, and that one by Kanye Rockefeller, the living legend.
Well, he was trying to find DR Sims, but instead he finds Kanye Rockefeller, and it's now DC ball, 1st and 10.
And DC will take over at their own 47, the best starting field position for either team so far in this very young game. So glad to have you with us, kicking off season 18. You're in a very special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the Simulation Football League. And Shabazz Synergy goes under center and will hand off to Kevin Say on first down. And Say has a lane. And he is almost untouched before he gets 9 yards down the field. It's going to be 2nd and 1. A great second down position. A couple of times we've seen that so far, Justin.
Yeah,
DC getting into 2nd and short.
Yeah, 2nd time there. Kevin Say running the ball, getting 9 yards out of 10 to make it a 2nd and 1 here.
Synergy under center again. 2nd and short, they decide to go to Say. Say has the first down and a little bit more, as he is finally brought down by Josh Rowe, the strong safety. And Say swinging those arms. DC's swinging as they move down the field. Now in plus territory.
Yep, now in plus territory, and look how much running lane Say gets before he gets tackled there. That's hard-nosed running football there. Kevin Say, 3 years in the league this season, knows how to do it.
That DC offensive line getting quite a burst there in the trenches. And now 7 in the box for Houston. And Say this time it's brought down at the line of scrimmage. That's Frank Stackhouse saying, no, sir. The second-year defensive tackle coming up with a stop for no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Stackhouse brought the Stackhouse on Kevin Say. to stop him for no gain.
And now 2nd and 10. Synergy going back to the shotgun here. The Houston defense shifting around quite a bit here. Synergy going to try to escape the pocket. It's no good. He's brought down. And that is a tackle from Alex Perez, the 5th-year defensive end, coming up with a sack there on Synergy.
Yeah, Perez coming from his defensive end spot, coming away from his blocker, and down goes Sabaz Energy. 3rd down and long here.
And I think Synergy could feel that before we even saw it. The pressure coming from Alex Perez and the Houston front 4. And now 6 defensive backs on the field for the Hyenas here at 3rd and long. The 5-step drop for Synergy, throwing across the middle. And that is deflected and nearly picked off there. And it went through the hands of about 3 Houston defenders, intended for, I believe that's Josh Gill. And we may see, actually, I believe DC is just outside of field goal range. Justin, what do you think?
Yeah, yep, they are, so they're going to have to punt it. No party yet.
Don Wilson from the logo. The only DC player on his own side of the field. No pressure again from Houston. Punt is away, and this one could be a beaut. Bouncing inside the 10 and down at the 4-yard line. An impressive play by the DC special teams. Don Wilson, take a bow, sir.
Yeah, Burleson puts Houston now 95, 91 yards away from the end zone. So now you got to do something here for Houston to get your first points here, because we're still scoreless.
And that was Daryl Bullock of DC coming up with a clutch touch right there at the 4-yard line, preventing that ball from going into the end zone. And now Dave Burr in the shadow of his own goalpost will try and get this Houston offense going once again. And he'll throw on 1st down, and that was deflected. And my goodness, if Riley Hughes had gotten both hands on that ball, he would have been going to the house.
Yeah, if Riley Hughes intercepted that ball, he would have been to the proverbial barn, my friend. But that was a dangerous pass for Dave Burr. Very dangerous right there.
You're showing a little bit of chutzpah, though, from the Houston play calling. A lot of teams like to run when they're this close to the goal line, give their quarterback a little breathing room. Dave Burr apparently does not require breathing room. But there's the handoff on 2nd down. Brad Jones will get his team a few more inches and get this into a 3rd and medium, as Jones really enjoying his SFL debut so far.
Yeah, Jones, the former Tacoma Grizzly there, enjoying his debut, getting a few handoff runs there. Pretty good job. But DC's been stopping the run game pretty much started this game.
Burr will drop back on 3rd and 6. Throwing to left side, and that is complete. An impressive completion there down the left sideline. And that is Kyle Fenimore, the 3rd-year wide receiver, coming up with a huge catch on the sideline, and Houston moves the chains.
Yeah, Houston moves the chains. Burr gets a good pocket, sees Fenimore there. Fenimore catches it, and 1st down, Houston.
That was a gorgeous ball as well from Burr as well. Tight spiral, right on the money. Fenimore, 55 catches last year, coming up with a very impressive catch there. And now out to the 25-yard line. Burr will hand off to Jones. And Jones struggling to get every single yard he's achieved. Slow to get up after that tackle from Rockefeller. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, struggling hard, trying to get his legs in. Moving from the minors to the pros is not an easy process, and Brad Jones is getting that figured out right now.
Particularly for a running back, despite having 4 running backs chosen in the 1st round of the most recent SFL draft. 2nd and 6. Burr under center this time. The pitch to Jones. Jones trying to find the seam there on the right side. Not able to turn upfield. That is Peanuts say. Coming up with a TFL there. It's 3rd and 7.
Yep, just Brad Jones trying to find a hole, but Peanuts say there to say, no, sir, you're not getting yardage. You're using large, my friend.
And now we hear the chance of defense coming from the DC crowd. Burr in the shotgun, 5 wideouts. Brad Jones on the sideline here. And Burr will throw over the middle. And that is an impressive throw and perhaps a more impressive catch from Greg Corky. Dave Burr with 2 interceptions on the game already. Throwing caution to the wind and throwing a great ball to Corky.
Yeah, great ball throw here to Corky. Dave Burr is just it's first game of the year. He's just saying, hey, let's just throw this ball and forget about those 2 interceptions that I had earlier.
Impressive chutzpah for a second-year quarterback. Burr will get back under center here at the 48-yard line. To Jones. Jones with some room up the middle, and Jones really close to the sticks before the free safety Rockefeller brings him down. The official call is 2nd and inches.
Yeah, Brad Jones there, great job. Getting more than, 2, he got 9. And just that, oh man, that is very close. I thought he had it, but it was close. It was very close for Brad Jones getting the first, but now it's 2nd and inches.
You could see the great blocking from Ethan Kai, the rookie, in that replay, helping to create a seal for Brad Jones, and that will be the end of the first quarter. We are scoreless, but plenty of excitement abound. 3 turnovers already in this game. What's going to happen in quarter number 2? So glad to have you with us for the Simulation Football League kickoff weekend of Season 18. Joshua Circle, Justin Reside in the booth. Andy Hamilton on stats. Thank you, Andy. Cameron Irvine producing. Dave Burr quarterbacking. And plus territory now. Brad Jones running. Has a first down and more. Is going to get out to the 36-yard line of DC. And for the 3rd time in this drive, Houston has a first down.
Yeah, 3rd time the charm here for first downs for Houston. And I think Brad Jones was carrying a lot of guys on that. As he was running, carry Rockefeller, Peanut Say, a whole bunch of DC players carrying him.
And now Jones will line up to the right of Burr in the shotgun. 6 defensive backs on the field for DC. Low snap for Burr, but he handles it. Throwing to the left side of the end zone, and that is caught! It's going to be 1st and goal for Houston. DR Sim, the living legend, coming up with a huge catch to start his 14th season in the SFL.
Huge catch for DR Sim. He thought he could make the house call, but right there, DeSanto says, denied the house call.
14 seasons in the SFL. DR Sim owns every record there is. Over 1,000 catches all time, 16,000 plus receiving yards, and 114 touchdown receptions. Those are all tops on the SFL leaderboard. Brad Jones on 1st and goal. Breaks 1 tackle and is going to get down to the 1 before finally brought down by a plethora of DC defenders. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Brad Jones trying to get to the end zone, but it's DC's goal line defense just stopping him for a 2nd and goal.
And here come the heavies for Houston. Justin Williams, the fullback in the game. Steven Walker, the backup tight end in as well. Jones stopped behind the line. A pair of DC defenders coming in. Benny Butcher and Aaron Gooden, the rookie, corralling Brad Jones. And now it's 3rd and goal back to the 3.
Yep, you see Brad Jones got the ball, and then 3 Dragons come up to get him there. It's like, you are not getting this into him, buddy. No way, no how.
Justin Williams will stay in the game. Twins to the top of your screen. On a huge 3rd down here for Houston. Jones gets the call again, and Jones will get to the 1. Almost pushed to the 1 there by the rookie Saeed Gores. He was brought down. Kappa Jones in on the stop as well, and it's decision time for Houston.
Yeah, do you bring out the money man, Sonny J, or do you go for it?
It looks like we are going to see Sonny J make his first field goal attempt of the season. 11 of 16 last year. A bit subpar by SFL standards. This is a nice one to start the year with. From inside 20 yards, that is good. Officially 17. And Houston's on the board first, Justin, 3-0.
Yep, on the board there, and Sonny J there, kick it in through the field goals, young fella. Putting it through for 3 points.
I would love to see them go for it there with a yard to go, but a field goal gives you the lead. That is tough to turn away from. What do you think of that decision?
Yeah, I say that's a good decision. Not force yourself at the start of the 2nd quarter. You don't want to make early mistakes like a fumble by the rookie.
Rockefeller gets the return out to the 26. It would be their worst starting field position of the game so far, of their 4 possessions. Synergy right now showing a lot of confidence in Kevin saying, why not? 5 attempts, 35 yards by our stats. A very strong first quarter there for Kevin Say, the third-year veteran.
Yeah, very good start there for Kevin Say. You know, and that's what the...
Whoa!
You want to start with? Never mind! Whoa, there.
Katie Horrell balances the ball on her helmet and then her back before it finally falls to the ground. That still counts as a PD, Katie.
Yeah,
great defense there in her fourth SFL season.
Yep, coming over from Mexico City. The Horrells came over as a duo here to Houston. So now you got two Horrells to deal with.
You can get 2 Horrells for the price of 1. That is a great deal. And props to Houston for jumping on it. Synergy in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. 4-man rush for Houston. Pressure coming. Synergy unloads, and that is another pass deflected. This time by Josh Rowe, the strong safety. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 for DC.
Yeah, Sebastian Synergy trying to find his open men, but all he's finding is these or Houston defenders first. KT Horrell, now Josh Rowe, so now 3rd down.
It's always a bit of a startling situation when Kevin Say goes back-to-back plays without touching the ball. And could it be 3 plays in a row here? And Synergy unloads down the left side, and that is caught. That's going to be good for a DC first down. Gus Scott, the rookie. Welcome to the SFL, young man.
I know.
His first catch and a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one for the rookie. All the rookie wide receivers getting catches for big yard. It's first Dougie Day now. Gus Scott out of Ottawa.
He had to stretch out a little bit for that one, too. And then Josh Rowe gave him a little business. It's about as good a welcome to the SFL as one could hope to get. Synergy now out to his own 44-yard line. Twins to the top of your screen. And he will throw again here on first down. Going to the right side this time, and that is caught. And another first down on back-to-back throws from Synergy.
Back-to-back throws, back-to-back first downs. It's the DC offense clicking now and moving chains down the field.
That was Kyle Storm, the rookie tight end. Coming up with his first catch of his SFL career. A lot of firsts happening in this game so far. Synergy for plus territory. Throw it down the field again. That's deflected and will fall incomplete. Intended for Lauren Percoco, the tight end. Running the 9 route. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, running that 9 route. And she was the Percoco in the red jerseys of Houston there. And all she couldn't get it. It was just a tip off by Houston.
2nd and 10. DC on the cusp of field goal range. Chris Britton in the backfield, along with Kevin Say. Say gets the call up the middle. And Say has a first down as Britton with an armed escort right up the middle of the field. Tremendous run.
Yeah, tremendous run there. You get hit, you get Britton to be an escort there, and Say does the rest to get the first down.
And Josh Rowe just got blasted for his effort. Buying and selling the business here on SFL opening weekend is Josh Rowe.
Yep, Rowe, they're SFL buyers and sellers, and Rowe was one of them.
With Houston out to the 27. They are firmly in the range of potty now. And we see that reflected a little bit in the play calling as they go back to Say around the right side for a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, gain of 3 there, 2nd and 7. It's like we had passes to the rookies, and now we have Kevin Say running the ball like he's a motor, like a dragon rolling through something. I don't know.
A dragon with a motor.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Will the Motor Dragons prevail on this drive? There's another catch and another first down for Synergy. That's Josh Gill coming up with the catch there.
Yep. Now Synergy throwing to every wide receiver he can find, and now Josh Gill gets into this party. Look at that pass. That is a beauty right there. You know Sebastian Energy is going to throw those passes all day long.
And there's a tight window for Josh Gill. The Dragon motor continues to hum. And they are now officially in the red zone, DC, as Chris Britton will check back in. The 2 tight end set. Kyle Storm will check back in as well. Say up the middle. Say to the 10. Making moves, trying to get to the 5-yard line. and finally brought down to the 7. And once again, a 9-yard run on first down for Kevin Say.
Kevin Say is just running all over the place, and Houston can't bring him down.
We're just halfway through the second quarter. And by our count, Kevin Say is very, very close to the 50-yard mark. And they're going to stay in this set here, Justin, for second and short. Say gets the call again, and Say has the first down, fighting for yardage, finally down to the 3. You see a little skirmish there, and Say knows what that means. It's another first down, the 5th of this drive. First and goal for DC.
Yep, Kevin Say running all over the place. Right now he's 58 attempts for 52 yards in this game so far.
Synergy, short drop on first and goal. That's complete. That's a touchdown. Josh Gill gets DC on the board, and they take the lead.
Yep, close to the end zone. You think Houston's got a goal line stand to go, but then Josh Gill just finds himself an open spot where only he can be, and then Sebas Energy, perfect pocket, throw right there to Gill. Gill runs in the end zone, touchdown DC.
Wonderful play design, wonderful throw. Kai Cash never had a chance at defending that ball. And Josh Gill with 11 touchdowns all time, make it 12 now. As DC set to take a 4-point lead, in this game, pending the effort from Potty, which is successful there. And it is a 7-3 Dragons lead.
Yep, Dragons get that drive going, get the touchdown, and now they lead by 4, 7-3.
If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Potty puts that kick in the end zone. But Greg Corky, nonetheless, able to run it out to the 23-yard line. And that's where Houston will take over on offense.
Yeah, Houston got a field goal on their last drive. They're trying to figure out how to get this long ball to DR Sim probably in this drive.
And that DC defense got a great rest from Andy Hamilton. Nearly a 4-minute drive from the DC offense. Say 4 carries, 27 yards on that drive. Brad Jones, can he answer? He's dragged down after gaining maybe a yard. And that DC defense stepping up big time. Aaron Gooden making a tremendous play. The rookie stopping Brad Jones. 2nd and 9.
Yep, 2nd and 9, and Brad Jones just struggling to run. 29 yards, 9 attempts, 3.2 yards a carry for him right now.
Little rookie on rookie violence there, Justin. I know how you like that. Jones again, and this time is almost hogtied by Isaac Forrester around the legs. And now it's going to be 3rd and medium here for Houston.
Yeah, what do you do if you're Houston now on a 3rd and 6? Do you unleash the Dragon of DR Sim or go the short route?
Well, you don't have to go crazy here, Justin. You only need 6 yards. But it looks like they're going to bring Justin Williams back in, the fullback. Twins to the top of your screen. And Burr is going to get brought down. And look who it is once again. Isaac Forrester. Tremendous effort and a nice drive for him. And he's going to get off the field in a hurry as Houston's going to have to punt.
Yeah, look at this. Isaac Forrester bringing the forest on Burr there. Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
That's the brutality we come to appreciate as fans of this game of football. And now Houston will trot out Brian Adams. And DC's going to get a fair chunk of time when they get this ball back, a little over 3 minutes. Punt is away, no pressure on Adams. Rockefeller will fair catch at the 42. And with 3:04 to play in the half, Shabazz Synergy will reopen shop and look for his offense's 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah, hopefully, they can put another drive together to go to the end zone, because last drive they put it all together, running, passing to just get to the Gill for the Gill touchdown last time out.
Chris Britton, the fullback in the backfield, will lead the way for Say again. And Say, with a much more modest effort on first down this time, will get a gain of 5. Slow to get up there. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, 2nd and 5. You know, that's Britton there bringing the old, blocking for Kevin Say to run 5 yards. Perfect job there by the DC offense.
This is the 3rd drive that DC has started on their own 40 or closer. Great starting field position for this DC offense so far. Say dragging defenders across midfield. And there's another first down for DC as the Dragons are in plus territory.
It's 2 times, and Carlos Levy brings the block, helping out Kevin Say, and Kevin Say just drags defenders with him to get the first down.
And I don't know if you folks are watching this, but Chris Britton is laying some wood out there. I mean, he is taking some folks out, and he's going to stay in the game. There's only one wide receiver on the field here. I believe that's Percoco lined up on the left side. And Say this time is corralled. KT Slayer. That's officially going to be a TFL for Slayer. Slayer's 5th year in the league. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
Slayer, the big man, coming in, getting Kevin Say, denying him of yardage.
We're at the 2-minute warning. DC trying to add to their lead. I'm so glad to have you with us here in the nation's capital on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Josh Zirkle, Justin Reeside in the booth, Andy Hamilton on stats. Thank you, Andy. Cameron Irvine in the truck producing. And he's not the only one today so far. This DC offense has been outstanding. Kevin Say on the happy side of the 50-yard mark here. We're not even out of the first half. Synergy throwing to Percoco on the right sideline. I don't think that was a catch or not. Hard to tell from that vantage point. You see the numbers of the quarterback comparison there, Justin.
Yeah, that was definitely a catch there by Percoco, but it was just short of what they needed for the first down, but it's 3rd down, and hopefully they can get it this down.
3 wideouts on the field. Percoco to Synergy's right. Say in the backfield by his lonesome. And Synergy throwing over the middle, and that is caught. Is it enough to move the sticks? And it looks like it will be. Mike Churchill, 51 catches a season ago, comes up with a big one there. It's a first down for DC.
Yeah,
clock continues to run.
Yeah, DC got the first down. Clock continues to run. Sebastian Energy throwing to a window to Mike Churchill. Getting it done here.
Chris Britton back in the game. And he'll pave the way for Say along with Kyle Storm. And Say has the first down inside the 20. You swing those arms, Kevin Say. That was an outstanding run. Another first down here for the Dragons.
Another first down. Kevin Say running and dragging defenders once again to get to that first down.
And you see the numbers we have there for Say at the 80-yard mark already. We're not even to the half. Short drop for Synergy. And there's Say again. And Say can only manage a yard or 2. But it looks like that will stop the clock with 59 seconds remaining. Zed Markoff, the 2nd-year linebacker, making the stop there.
Yeah, it's Kevin Say only gets 2 yards. Markoff marks him there, gets him down. Even though it was out of bounds, that's a pretty good call there by Sebastian Energy since he didn't have any wide receivers open.
You see the numbers there for Synergy. It's been a tough road to hoe for both quarterbacks. 3 interceptions from both teams so far in this game already. Synergy in the shotgun now. It's 2nd and 9. The complement of 3 wide receivers, and he will throw here over the middle. That is caught. That's Mike Churchill again. They're going to say he's short of the first down. DC will hurry up.
Yep, DC will speed to the line and see if they can get a Kevin Say run out of this.
Marco Swift might want to get back on his own side of the field there. Not sure what happened. Synergy almost giving him a moment to do so. And now throwing to the end zone. It's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Josh Rowe coming up with a huge play, taking points off the board for DC.
Yeah, he was looking for, I believe either he was looking for Sebastian Energy, looking for his wide receiver, but all he finds is Josh Rowe, the strong safety, 2nd-year man.
A huge play. Synergy declining to snap the ball while Marco Swift was on the DC side of the field. Instead, Swift is allowed to line up. The Synergy throws, and Josh Rowe comes up with a huge pick. The 4th of the game for either team. Synergy 2nd. Dave Burr has 2 as well. And that might dictate what they decide to do here with 37 seconds left in the half, or it may not. Burr unleashing the dragon. And that is a huge completion, and Houston calls timeout.
DR Sim getting the ball, and it was Dave Burr deciding, oh, let's unleash the dragon right here, right now. And look at the DR Sim, just Mr. Consistency, everything. He's one of those journeymen of the SFL.
DR Sim, his second catch on what we have is 3 targets. And it looks like he has been abusing poor John DeSantis every time the ball has come near the 2 of them. Burr has 30 seconds to work with, and there is a drop from Sim. Very rare. But my goodness, that's beyond description. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you know DR Sim is going to catch those balls. That was the rarest drop I ever seen DR Sim has in an SFL game.
I mean, I'm beside myself. There was nobody around him. And he would tell you, he's the first guy that would tell you that he's got to come up with that catch. Remarkable. No wide receivers on the field here. Brad Jones up the middle, nowhere to go. That's John Gary coming up with the stop. Houston will hurry up. 20 seconds remaining.
Yep, you got to hurry up here and just do some here.
Jones on the swing pass. Can he get out of bounds? No, he's going to make a spin move. He's got a first down. And that is sent out of bounds by the DC defense.
Yeah, pushed out of bounds. Perfect decision here to go with the screenplay. Spins around 2 DC defenders before. Oh, my goodness. He gets whacked to the sideline. Oh, my goodness.
Kappa Jones. Putting a cap at Brad Jones. Sending him out to the sideline and stopping the clock for Houston with 13 seconds remaining. And Houston's not going to mess around. Sonny Jay's on the field.
Oh, boy. Sonny Jay with a long field goal here.
This would be 51 yards from the right hash with 13 seconds remaining. And if he misses, DC's going to have a chance to move down the field. And that is good. Wow. From 51 yards. Sonny J put it through. I don't think that was good for 51 and a half, Justin.
Holy goodness, Sonny J. Onions from 51.
Did not even make it to the net. He probably left a little brown mark on the crossbar. Probably not the only one in the stadium after watching that fly through. 7-6 now. Houston narrows the lead to 1. And that is a very impressive drive. 5 plays, 44 yards. Starting from their own 20. Remember the touchback. After the interception from Josh Rowe, Rockefeller will get this out to the 27 with 4 seconds remaining. And this is likely a formality here with the DC offense on the field.
Yeah, what do? You do a victory formation or just give it to Kevin Say and let him run these last 4 seconds out?
I would save all my good Kevin Say stuff for the second half here. DC obviously has other designs. Chris Britton in the backfield as well. Play clock down to 6. And they finally do snap it. Stay looking out there, and that is a curious way to end the first half. DC holding serve at home so far, but just barely. Houston, a pair of field goals to show for their efforts. It's 7-6. Justin Reside, your thoughts on the first half?
Very good first half, but all the turnovers, just 2 turnovers by each team as we look at the team comparison here. And it's just Sebastian Energy and Dave Burr are just throwing interceptions, but they're getting passed off to their wide receivers. But it's just been a defensive battle here in the first half.
A lot of outstanding pass deflections and obviously the interceptions that you mentioned. And I think the running game has been a big factor in this as well. Kevin Say, whose team has the only touchdown of the game so far, and that was courtesy of Josh Gill on a synergy pass there in the red zone. Kevin Say, to me, has been the outstanding player so far. Huge gains on first down. He's putting his team in situations where they're able to throw the ball. 2nd and short, 3rd and short. We have him at 83 yards rushing and only 2 yards receiving, but he has been a factor in not only the run game, but the pass game as well. And I am surprised DC as much as they historically have leaned on Kevin Say, are not. I'm surprised they're not doing more of that right now. I think he's the player of the game so far.
Yeah, I believe Kevin Say is the player of the game right now. With what he's been doing, 83 yards on 13 attempts, 6.4 yards with his longest run of 15, and runs per, and YPR of 2.5. That is good job there by Kevin Say for DC.
If you're Houston, do you change anything here? You're only down by a single point. You're getting the ball to start the second half. Do you stay the course here, or do you maybe make an adjustment?
I say make a few adjustments here because Brad Jones has not been good as good as he's been doing. 32 yards, 11 attempts, 2.9 yards per carry, and a long of 9. Maybe just change the course a little bit.
Corky's going to get this out to the 24-yard line. And that is where Houston will reopen business on the offensive side. DC has looked very impressive so far. Not allowed a touchdown so far in this game. Sonny J, a 17-yard field goal and a 51-yard field goal. Running the spectrum there. Jones with a spin move. Turns a TFL into a nice gain there. Finally brought down by John Gary. And an inspired run by Jones on first down, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, a very inspired run there. Jones just trying to find space to run, and he found it, but he gets a good 5-6 yards out of that.
Burr will march under center here for 2nd and 4. Justin Williams, the fullback, in the backfield as well. Pierce and Walker, the tight ends. Jones has a first down. He's getting out to the 38-yard line. And despite the low yards per carry on Jones in the first half, Justin, they seem to be continuing to feed him the football.
Yeah, feed Brad Jones the ball and he'll get you yards. That's what Houston's game plan is now with this third quarter starting. It's just that's what they were thinking. Let's give Jones a little bit more running time here.
And now only one wide receiver on the field for the Hyenas. Jones again. And Jones brought down in the backfield. Aaron Gooden blowing up that play in a hurry. Tremendous play by the rookie. It's going to be 3rd down.
Aaron Gooden coming out of his linebacker spot to bring down Brad Jones for a 3-yard loss. Good Lord, that's a heavy hit.
Excuse me, that's going to be 2nd and 13. Justin Williams will stay in the game. 3 wideouts now. Twins to the top of your screen. Greg Corky, the wide receiver, on the bottom. It's Jones again. And Jones again brought down at the line. Riley Hughes this time, the 30-year outside linebacker, coming up with a stop. And it's 3rd and 13.
Hughes bringing the Cuse on that tackle there on Brad Jones, stopping him for no gain.
Burr the shotgun now. 5 wideouts for the Hyenas. 6 defensive backs on the field for DC. Burr throwing big to the right side. That is caught. That's Kyle Fenimore down the right sideline. He's down to the 26. A tremendous gain for Fenimore.
Yeah, amazing game for Fenimore so far. Burr unleashed another dragon to Fenimore. Look at that throw. Perfect throw by Burr. Fenimore gets it, and then yards after the catch. Perfectly done.
Just when you thought the Houston offense was about to exit, they stay on the field. And are now within the range of Sonny J. Justin Williams, the fullback, back in the game. You see the numbers there for Burr at the bottom of your screen. Only one wide out for Houston. Jones again. Jones trying to get through traffic. And that is a respectable 5 yards there. 2nd and 5.
Yes, 5 yards. Brad Jones trying to get his yardage up every time he gets handed off the ball, but but this DC defense has given him no more than less than 5.
No wideouts this time for Houston. Jones corralled there, and that's going to be officially a gain of 1 yard. And I'll make this point about Brad Jones, Justin. We see a lot of running backs, that are able to bust plays for big gains, but then will take occasional big losses as well. I think Jones has done a fair job so far of taking some of these busted plays or negative plays and turning them into no gains or even positive yardage plays. Jones again, really close to the 6 this time. He's going to be short. Riley Q's in on the stop again. And another decision for DC. A field goal gives you the lead here, Justin. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you put up Sonny J out there because he's been hitting them onions hit that onion from 51 last time.
Jay, 11 of 16 last season. Has been perfect today, 2 for 2. This will be from 34 yards, right in the middle. Spot is down, kick is up, and that is money in the bank for Sonny J and the Houston Hyenas. They retake the lead, 9-7.
Yep, 9-7. Look at that perfect kick there by Sonny J. Automatic.
Nice drive for Houston. A fair way to start the second half. 9 plays, 59 yards. 4-minute, 2-second time of possession. Another nice feature that we have here from the SFL stats team. Rockefeller will get this out to the 29. Jabaz Synergy, come on down, sir.
Yeah, now it's time for maybe that big run from Kevin Say that we've been waiting for.
DC offense, this from Andy Hamilton. 39 yards in the first quarter. 115 yards in the second quarter. Could they possibly improve on that impressive mark here in the third quarter? Synergy's going to throw on first down. Looking to the right side. A dangerous throw there on the out route. And that was very impressive defense there by Mike Jones, the second-year cornerback, 2nd and 10.
Mike Jones coming in there to I believe he just tipped the ball while in the air to count as a pass deflection.
And now 2nd and 10. Say lined up in his customary spot, 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Chris Britton back in the game. Keep an eye on that guy. Say to the left side. It's Say corralled almost before the play could even develop. It's KT Slayer again getting in the backfield. Stop for no gain, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, KT Slayer just came out quickly on Kevin Say before Kevin Say could even get the run there.
Slayer had a couple good plays in this game so far. With plenty of football left to be played. 6 defensive backs for Houston. Synergy, pump fake, under pressure. Throws it over the middle of the field, and that is caught somehow in double coverage. A tremendous grab at DC in plus territory now.
The best synergy. Whoa. Double pumps once, gets away from the pressure there, throws it down the field. My goodness.
That is Jeff Banfield coming up with a huge catch in traffic. And taking a little business for his efforts as well. And now DC back on the Houston side of the field at their 34-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Synergy will deal again, and that is caught. Percoco coming up with a catch in traffic. And that's a nice gain on first down as well, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, nice job there by Percoco. She can really get that ball there, snatches it out of the air, and gets 9 yards out of it.
I continue to harp on how impressive DC has been on first down in this game. Say, with Britton as the escort, will get the first down. Not much more than that. As the Dragons are approaching the red zone, and Kevin Say approaching the century mark for rushing yards.
Yeah, century mark Say, as he can say, because he's always hitting that century mark every single game.
If he's not hitting one century mark, he's hitting another century mark, 200 yards or 100 yards. We would have to look very hard to find a game where Say did not have 100 yards of something. Synergy over the middle. Percoco again. Second time on this drive. And again, nice gain on first down, 8 yards this time. And Houston officially in the red zone. Or excuse me, DC.
Yeah. Say Percoco. It's like a conga line of, give it to Say first and then throw it to Lauren Percoco on this drive.
Percoco, 22 catches last year. Has a few in this game. Synergy to the left side this time. And that is Kyle Storm, the number 2 tight end in this offense. And he's going to move the sticks, Justin. It's 1st and goal.
Yeah, nice job there by the rookie to get out of bounds. He knew he had the first down. He just all he had to do was just get out of bounds and make sure he doesn't get tackled because you don't want the clock running.
Say around the right side. Makes a defender miss. Makes another defender, dragging defenders into the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Kevin Say. My goodness, the workload of this young man.
Look at this. He has a workload. He brings one defender with him. 2, 3, 4, all the way to the end zone. He will not be denied to that goal line.
Kevin Say. Another tremendous effort. 11 rushing touchdowns last season. Gets on the board in the first game of the season here. And DC with a chance to make this a 5-point lead now, pending the extra point from Potty. And that is good. 14-9.
Good job there by DC. Passing and running and just let Kevin Say finish it off and make it a 14-9.
Both teams scoring on their only possessions of the second half so far. Houston looking to get the ball back here. Dave Burr's numbers so far, 13 of 17, 186 yards. And does have those 2 glaring interceptions. And here comes Corky from his own goal line. This will get out to the 22. And that is where Houston will start here. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear. Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Brad Jones, whose red number 44 is on sale. Now has a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
5-yard gain there for Jones. That's been an average of his all game long, and this DC defense clogging up the running lanes here for this game so far.
Burr to Jones. And Jones stopped behind the line. I think that's Riley Hughes once again, who's had a monster game so far. Coming up with a clutch TFL there, and now 3rd and 7 for Houston.
Yeah, Hughes bringing the lumber there on Brad Jones. Jones just could not get his running lane there. Just and Hughes comes up on him again.
Jones will get a rest. 5 wideouts here for Houston. Burr throwing over the middle, and that is a wide open Dougie Day. Coming up with a huge catch there. Keeps the drive alive for the Hyenas.
Yeah, keeping the drive alive, and Dougie Day just saw the football like it was a Twinkie right into his hands right here. Dave Bertho pick throw. Catch there by Dougie Day.
Gorgeous spiral, and Rockefeller, to his credit, laying out the receiver over the middle, as is his wont in life. But the Houston offense marches on. DR Sim and Kyle Finnemore, wideouts to the bottom of your screen. Burr, short drop. Over the middle this time, deflected, and my goodness, not sure where that was intended. Declan O'Rourke coming up with the PD there, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Deke O'Rourke there just swatting it down. He was probably looking for somebody up the middle, but Deacon O'Rourke there says, no, sir.
Justin Williams back in the game at fullback. In front of Brad Jones in the backfield. Jones, spin move. will get out to midfield, and that's about it. It'll be 3rd and 4. This DC front seven has been pouncing. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. DC with touchdowns from Kevin Say and Josh Gill. Houston has yet to find the end zone in this game. Dave Byrne looking to change that here. Throwing, hit as he throws, and that's going to be incomplete. And likely the end of the Houston Hyenas drive.
Yeah, pretty much end of this drive for Houston. It's like, what's going on here with Houston right now?
What is going on here indeed? As Houston brings out Brian Adams, the punter, standing in his own 36. Kanye Rockefeller waiting on his own end of the field. No pressure from DC on the punt. Fair catch from Rockefeller down at the 18. And that is where the Dragons will take over. Shabazz Synergy, 4 for 5, excuse me. On his last drive, throwing the football. We'll look to compound on that excellence here with just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's just Houston's just trying to, DC here needs more points on the board to extend the lead.
Say up the middle, takes a shot for his trouble. It's finally brought down. Brady Clark dishing out the punishment there. You see the numbers on Say comfortably over the 100-yard mark.
Yes, comfortably over the century mark for Kevin Say here.
As Andy Hamilton points out, this is the worst starting field position of the afternoon for the DC Dragons. Say again on the right side. Cuts back toward the middle of the field. Probably a prudent decision there. It's now 3rd and 2. Chris Brenton went right. Kevin Say saw that and said, no thanks, and turned left to go upfield.
Yeah, good job there by Kevin Say to try to get some yardage there. Got good yardage. Make it a 3rd and 2.
Just one wide out now for DC. Say up the middle, has the first down. That will keep the drive going for DC. And Say, who has accumulated impressive yardage so far, just shy of 20 carries.
Yeah, it's shy of 20 carries. Great job by the DC defense to get Kevin Say. Good good game here by Kevin Say on this first game of the season.
And you see the numbers there, contributing, albeit modestly, in the passing game as well. Chris Britton back in the game. Say cannot get out of first gear, brought down behind the line. That is KT Harrell. Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. And now 2nd and 11.
Yeah, 2nd and 11. Kevin Say was trying to find a hole, but no hole to be found.
This Hyenas defense has been very impressive. Synergy will throw here on 2nd and long. Look to the left side of the field. And that is deflected. And Gill diving for the ball. Percoco, the intended receiver. That is going to be incomplete, I think. And that will be the end of the third quarter. The third quarter is complete. DC leading by 1 score, looking to add to that. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Josh Circle, Justin Reside in the booth. Andy Hamilton on stats, killing it. Thank you, Andy. Cameron Irvine in the truck, always killing it. Shabazz Synergy looking to get the Dragons their first win of the season here. Throwing on 3rd and 11 to the right side. A outstretched receiver, and that is brought in by Mike Churchill. Churchill's not had a lot of grabs today, but every single one of them has been highlight reel quality, Justin.
Yeah, very highlight reel quality every time by Shabazz Synergy. Perfect every time. This time to Mike Churchill, beautiful job.
And that keeps the drive alive for DC. Chris Britton back in the game at fullback. Houston's going to jump off sides. Free play for DC. Say on the flare pass. And Say is probably wondering why he took that hit for naught. As DC is going to take this penalty here. Houston offsides.
Yeah, Houston went offside, give DC the free 5 yards, and just, discipline not there for Houston there. They had discipline all game long until Perez just moved off the line.
First penalty of the game for either team. Just inside the fourth quarter. You can see the time there, just over 10 minutes to play. Chris Britton will stay in the game. 3 tight ends for the Dragons. Say, sidesteps, has the first down. Marching into Houston territory is Kevin Say, who has been outstanding on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, great job there by Kevin Say. Get a run like that, that's perfect job of running on a short yardage situation.
DC's drive summary so far, opening the game with the interception, but most recently, the Josh Gill TD, the Josh Rowe interception, the Kevin Say TD, and now this drive, which started from the worst starting field position of the afternoon from their own 18-yard line, as Jeff Banfield brings in a gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, 2nd and 3. Let's see what Zabaz Synergy has in the Memorial hat now.
Kyle Storm joins Chris Britton and Kevin Say in the backfield for the heavy set. Percoco to Synergy's right. Say gets the call. Great blocks there for Kevin Say. He needed every single one of them to get that first down, and DC's inside the Houston 30-yard line.
Houston, DC inside the 30. You can bring up, extend your lead by kicking it with Potty, but I think they want a touchdown here to extend their lead.
This would be a 46-yard field goal for Potty. DC obviously has other plans. Throwing out to Say on the pitch, and somehow, my goodness, Josh Rowe breaks the block and manages to corral Say before he runs off a big gain. It is a gain of 2, though, for Say. Going to be 2nd and 8. Clock continues to run. Just over 8 minutes to play here. And Justin, if DC's able to put points on the board, that clock is going to be an even bigger factor for the Hyenas.
Yeah, bigger factor, bigger enemy. If DC can get this in the end zone, it's trouble for Houston.
Say on the left side this time. He gets a few more. And is excited to just keep the clock moving at this point. You see the quarterback comparison numbers there. But the star of this show is unquestionably been the third-year halfback, Kevin Say.
Yeah, Kevin Say has been a workhorse all game long for DC.
6 defensive backs on the field for Houston. Kevin Say in the backfield by his lonesome. And Synergy will throw here on 3rd and medium. Has time. And that is deflected at the line. I think that was KT Slayer that got a mitten on it. And I think we will see Potty try and add a field goal, but it will stay a 1-score game, whether he makes it or not.
Yeah, staying a 1-score game here. If Potty misses it, Houston has a chance to get points on the board of their own.
This will be a 40-yard effort for the second-year kicker, Potty. From the left hash. Spot is down. Kick is up. And that is good from 40 yards. Potty on the scoreboard for season 18. His first field goal of the season. DC leads by 8.
Yeah, DC extends your lead by 8. Potty, perfect kick there. That's just what kickers need to do for field goals. Make them perfect every time.
7:18 to play here in regulation. Houston has yet to find the end zone. Dave Burr, 2 interceptions on the afternoon. Brad Jones, 21 carries already. Greg Corky will get this out to the 23-yard line. And we will see what the Houston offense has in store for DC at this point as we are heading into crunch time. Speaking of crunch time, do you have a hot take? Want to show your appreciation for the SFL or show some love to your teammates? The league's new show, SFL Crunch Time, wants to hear from you. Post a video on Twitter with your take or shout out using the hashtag SFL Crunch Time, and you may just appear on the show this week. For more details, direct message Josh Zirkle on Discord. We'll see you in crunch time. And that's really what that says. Just message me on Discord. Or Jay-Z Bacon, if you can't find me. Mr. Bacon is very receptive to all of our media efforts. Nice run there for Brad Jones there, Justin.
Yeah, finally getting a big one there, getting more than 5 yards there, getting a full 10 for the first down.
Brad Jones may just be getting warmed up. Let's be clear about that. This is a guy who had an outstanding minor league career. It was a celebrated pick for Houston around the league, as a matter of fact, as Jones is going to get dropped for no gain there officially. And that's Declan O'Rourke, who's had a nice game himself there. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 for Houston there. O'Rourke stopping Mr. Jones there.
Burr throwing to the left side. Ill-advised throw, looking for Sim. And I don't know how you thought he was going to get that through the linebacker's hand. Very fortunate that was incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, very lucky there. It didn't get intercepted by the linebacker there. Because if your lineman intercepts that ball, that is not good.
5 wideouts on the field. We've seen this spread look from Houston in a lot of these 3rd and long situations. And some of them have been fruitful. 6 defensive backs on the field for DC. Burr over the middle. Looking, and that is another throw intended for Sim, incomplete. And Sim, a very tall order he had trying to come up with that ball.
Yeah, he had trouble coming up with that ball before he got hit there. Oh, my goodness.
Kanye Rockefeller saying, not in my house.
Yeah, Kanye Rockefeller rocking DR Sim's bell there.
You kick the snow off those boots before you step in my front door, young man. And now Houston will punt again. And if you look at DC's last drive, you got to wonder if they're even going to get the ball back at this point.
Yeah, it's about to go under 6 minutes. You think DC now with a possession. You think Houston may get the ball back. They may not. Who knows?
Rockefeller get this to the 28. DC's last drive that culminated on that 40-yard field goal from Potty. 14 plays, 62 yards, and just over 3.5 minutes of game time.
My goodness, that's DC knowing how to run clock.
And if you're Houston, the only thing you've got to be feeling good about is that Xay has had 22 touches already, which is a lot for most running backs, not necessarily a lot for Kevin Say. As he's in the backfield by himself, Synergy will throw on 1st down. Going over the middle, a dangerous throw. And I'm surprised with all the red jerseys around that didn't turn out to be an interception. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was luck there on Baz Synergy's side, because there was a lot of Houston Hyenas on that Dragons wide receiver.
Kevin Say, we have 124 yards on 22 carries. Had the touchdown early in the second half. And Synergy's going to go down in a heap. A huge sack at just the right time for Houston. KT Slayer doing the dirty work on the inside.
KT Slayer slaying the dragon there, as in Sabaz Energy for the sack.
And now 3rd and 11. This Houston defense has come up big when they've had to. Synergy in the shotgun now. Trips to the bottom of your screen. 6 defensive backs on the field for the Hyenas. Synergy over the middle, and that is caught! Once again, Mike Churchill with a dangerous grab in the middle of the field, and DC extends the drive.
Yeah, DC extending their drive. Churchill again, the drive saver here, as a perfect throw right to him from Sabaz Energy.
You could not have put that ball in a better spot if you dropped it out of an airplane. Very impressive as DC near midfield now. Chris Britton back in the game. At fullback, Kyle Storm and Percoco, both to the right of Synergy. Shabazz will throw it on first down. Finds Say. Say's got room. But converging quickly is that Houston defense. It's only going to be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Houston there knew it was a screen pass, and they came up on Say right as he caught the ball for 5.
Clock continues to run. Just 4.5 minutes here. Houston needs a stop, and they need to take the ball down the field, get a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion to tie. Chris Britton staying in the game. Synergy will hand off to Say, and it's Zed Markov first on the scene, dragging down Kevin Say. Now 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Markov there stopping Kevin Say there, and Cash with the help there.
DC going heavy here. Kyle Storm in the backfield with Britton and Say. Houston defense creeping up, thinking run here. It is a run. And Say bottled up after a gain of just a couple. KT Horrell. Both KTs having a great game here for Houston so far. And that will bring out the punt team for DC.
Yep, that was just drive staller there. KT Slayer, KT Hurl, the Houston defense just stopping DC.
Don Wilson waiting for the snap. Clock continuing to run there, just over 3 minutes. Kick is away, no pressure from the Hyenas. Corky out to the 15. Going to be spotted at the 13. Not a great effort from there. This will be the worst starting field position for Houston. And a time when it matters most.
Yeah, the time that Houston needs is now. There's not going to be another chance here for Houston with 3:02 to go.
It's not looking that way. Dave Burr, 4 wide receivers, Brad Jones to his right. 6 defensive backs for the Dragons. Houston needs a touchdown. A field goal won't do it. Burr's hit as he throws. And that is another outstanding play there from John Gary. John Gary's got a timeshare in that Houston backfield, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, John Gary there coming to stop Dave Burr from that was probably looking like a dragon or a short pass, but DC said no.
That does stop the clock with 2:58. Silver lining there for the Hyenas. Houston staying in the same set. Brad Jones to Burr's left this time. Play action, throw it to the right side. That is Fenimore, and that's a catch. And Fenimore dutifully gets out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. What can Houston do here? Do they try to run Brad Jones, or do they go for the proverbial throw to Sim?
Well, not to generalize, but I think we've seen either short routes or chucks down the field from Dave Burr. Maybe something in the middle would be in order here. Play action again on 3rd and 6. Over the middle this time, and a huge catch from DR Sim. And Houston's going to hurry up.
Yeah, DR Sim there right there to catch it for a first down, long first down. I think Dave Burr was thinking about unleashing the dragon, but he put it right in the middle.
This is a great set. Burnt out over the middle again, and again it's DR Sim. Testing Kanye Rockefeller and that DC secondary, and prevailing as they're on the cusp of the red zone.
Double your pleasure, double your fun with DR Sim here on a second pass down the middle. And Kanye Rockefeller had no chance of blocking Sim there.
Rockefeller got to the ball just a little too late. DR Sim taking a perfect pass from Dave Burr. And now we go power I here. Dave Burr to Brad Jones. And Jones will get a couple. And now Houston not worried about the clock at this point, and not that they necessarily should be as we head down to the 2-minute warning.
Yep, 2-minute warning, and now Houston can try to go for the touchdown.
We got a ball game here, folks. Don't touch that mouse, screen, or dial. DC leading. Houston driving. You're watching the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay right here, or I will find you. Josh Circle, Justin Reside in the booth. Andy Hamilton on stats. Thank you, Andy. Kim and Irvine producing. Dave Burr looking for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game with the DC Dragons. Houston fighting hard on the road here. Burr has 2 interceptions of the game already. All of their points have come off the leg of Sonny J from distances of 51, 34, and 17 yards. DC, meanwhile, has 2 interceptions of their own, but Josh Gill and Kevin Say have found the end zone, and they lead by the score you see now. Dave Burr throwing it on 3rd down, looking for Sim once again, who's had 2 huge catches on this drive, coming up empty, and now it's 4th and ball game for Houston.
Yeah, 4th and ball game here, like you said. It's time for Houston to either go for the end zone or it's a DC win.
They need 5 yards to keep the drive alive. 6 defensive backs on the backfield for DC. You know what they're thinking. 4 wideouts. Play action to Brad Jones. Burr's going to throw it to the end zone, and that is caught! DR Sim in the end zone! Houston's got a chance to tie the game.
Holy moly, dear Sim finally gets the house call. Look at that cat. Perfect throw by Burr. Finds DR Sim in the end zone. We could have a tie ball game right here, right now.
And that is why he is the living legend. Career touchdown number 115. Breaking that record every time he finds the end zone. And Burr needs 2 points here to tie. And they go to the rookie, Brad Jones, and Jones is stopped in the backfield. Isaac Forrester coming up with a huge tackle. And DC's going to keep their 2-point lead.
Holy moly. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. You should have gone to a pass play on that, but trying to get in a running play with Brad Jones for a 2-point conversion. And now the onside kick.
The short yardage opportunity was there, and there is the kick from Sonny J, and that ball is a flutter.
Loose ball.
Somebody finally falls on it. That was Jesse Glover, the backup wide receiver, who rolled over the ball by accident and then finally corralled it to recover the onside kick. I don't think anybody knew where that ball was.
Yeah, it was bouncing around. It was on the ground. Nobody on Houston could find the ball. And then backup wide receiver Glover was just there to just kindly lay on the ball like it was a teddy bear or something.
DC gets a first down. The game is over. Houston has all 3 of their timeouts. And they use the first one here after holding Kevin Say to just a yard. 1:19 remaining. And you wonder now some of the more passive time management at the DC end of the field just a few moments ago from Dave Burr might come back to haunt.
Yeah, if Synergy does a pass play and it gets intercepted, Houston could take the lead if it happens.
Heavy set now for DC. Kevin Say dodges 1 defender, dodges 2. Josh Rowe finally brings him down. Houston will use another timeout. They have 1 left. 1:14 to play.
Yep, now it's time to figure out what Houston can do on defense here. What can stop Kevin Say from running, because that's what DC's trying to do here, run this clock out with Kevin Say.
A first down essentially clinches the game for DC. Houston needs a stop here. Say, can he get through the line? He's going to be short. Houston will use that last timeout. It's 4th and 1. What do you do if you're DC, Justin?
Are they bringing up Potty here for a field goal?
They may very well be, and this would be within his range. This would be a 51-yard attempt for Potty, and this would effectively ice the game also, giving DC, well, no, excuse me, this would give DC a 5-point lead, and Dave Burr would still have to go the length of the field, as he did last time, to get a touchdown. From the right hash, spot is down, kick is up. And that is good.
Oh, Potty with onions. Onions.
Potty, and once again, I don't think that's good for 51 and a half. We won't get the ground level camera. But that is a tremendous effort with the game on the line. And now Houston has to go the length of the field. A field goal does them no good. And DC, of course, will kick it deep.
Yeah, and they can't stop the clock. They don't have any timeouts. Only DC has their 3 timeouts left.
1 minute, 6 seconds remaining. And Pawty, who's got length to get this to the end zone, is going to kick it just short here, and Corky's going to have to run it out. Gray Corky gets to the 21. And now Dave Burr, the second-year quarterback, who in last year's draft called team owner Damon Simeon, expressed his enthusiasm, did not expect to get picked in that season 17 draft. Heard his name get called and had an admirable rookie season, looking to build on that. Here, and down he goes. Benny Butcher taking care of business, putting Burr on his back, and now it's 2nd and 14. Houston's got to hurry up. Burr's going to dump it off to Jones. I don't like this at all, Justin.
Yeah, I don't like this at all, Burr. You got to unleash the dragon right here, right now.
3rd and 14. Burr's going to be under center. 5 defensive backs on the field for DC. Over the middle there, Sim has it, but he's a yard short, and they're going to hustle up with 4th and 1.
Burr, you got to unleash the dragon. You got to unleash it now.
3 wide outs. Houston has a sub. DC can't sub either. Burr taking a little bit of time throwing that. Looking for Sim. Has the completion, has the first down, but time is running out. 12 seconds remaining. 11. Burr jogging to the line. And will finally spike it with 8 seconds remaining. And it looks like Hail Mary time for the Hyenas.
Yep. Hail Mary time. Release the biggest dragon you got in the arsenal. And this is where it happens. Right here, right now.
Four wide receivers to the top of your screen. And this will be a Hail Mary. You see the numbers there for Burr. There's 2 interceptions looming large here. Burr does not have time to throw it. They won't line up in time. The game's over. Congratulations to the DC Dragons. Holding serve at home against Houston. 20-15 your final. Justin Reeside, your thoughts on the game?
That was just, the ending was just exciting. You thought David Burr was going to unleash the dragon. Nope, it's game over, and it's just, this game was close. This was very close between these two teams. 113 yards of offense for Houston, but DC served, got their home win in their own building, showed Houston that no visiting team sometimes can win every time here in the SFL.
Glaring stat here, time of possession. DC almost had 26 minutes out of a possible 44. That is a 12-minute edge in time of possession, Justin. A lot of that predicated on the play of halfback Kevin Say. 27 carries, 136 yards. Had that touchdown early in the second half that regave DC that lead 14-9. And then, of course, the long field goal from Pawty, which really changed the calculus for Houston late on that drive. Had nowhere to go. Just an outstanding effort. The defense was flying around. A lot of star performers on the offensive side as well. Synergy 22 of 34, 196 yards. And all the receivers caught at least one ball. Gus Scott, Mike Churchill, Banfield, Gill, Percoco, and Storm at least came up with at least one reception, Justin.
Yep, they all came up with one reception, and it's a team effort by DC Dragons to get this big opening weekend win.
Conversely, I think it was a nice debut for Brad Jones. Humble beginning, if you will. 25 carries, 84 yards. DR Sim coming up huge late, as he does. 166 yards on 7 catches. Obviously had the touchdown there to make it a game for Houston. But I think this is a team that's got a chance to do some real damage here over the course of the season. They didn't get it done today, but it's going to be an exciting season for them as well.
Yes, very exciting season for both these two squads. DC and Houston are going to try to get their playoff runs here and hopefully get big wins in season 18.
And your player of the game is Kevin Say. 137 yards, 1 touchdown, and then 17 yards through the air. For Justin Reside, for Andy Hamilton on stats, thank you again, Andy, outstanding job. And for Cameron Irvine in the truck, killing it as always, my name is Josh Circle. Enjoy the rest of SFL kickoff weekend. We will see you on the internet. Good night from DC, your final score, Dragons 20, Hyenas 15.